Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay
everyone?
calm.
What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Wait.
Everybody calm down.
Help!
Here. Oh, take my hand.
Ah!
Come on. You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No, get it away from me.
Take it. Take mine.
I hear the train a-comin', it's rollin' round the bend.
Their pace has quickened. They must have caught our scent.
Hurry!
Come on, Robley.
3 days of night's pursuit. No food, no rest. No sign of our quarry, but what bare rock can tell.
Not idly do the leaves of Lorien fall. Less than a day ahead of us. Come.
I'm wasted on cross-country. We dwarves are natural sprinters. Very dangerous over short distances.
There's something strange at work here. Some evil gives speed to these creatures. Sets its will against us.
What your elf I see?
The Lucent Waking Dream by Michael Bancroft, who is a great
Puzzle maker.
First
Puzzle.
in the Lucent series is,
500 pieces.
man, you're going all in.
This is really well done. And the fact that you do all of it is kind of, it's mind-boggling.
The quality of the artwork and
Puzzle pieces
that they've shown off is superb.
Great artwork. I mean, look how good that looks, John.
Real qualified dude. Yeah, I like his stuff a lot.
Yeah, those buildings look really great. I'm always kind of going, like, how good are they?
making puzzles.
You, sir, are very fucking good at what you do.
This is great. Look at the environments here.
Yeah, really good stuff.
You're kind of Babe Ruth in it. Like, there's a lot of people that
Make puzzles.
you're grand slamming it.
Please consider the Lucent.
Puzzle.
It looks top notch, and even John is absolutely flabbergasted and speechless at this.
Yeah. Better backgrounds than I'll ever draw, believe that.
I love this. Guys, consider backing this.
I didn't realize it had the whole puzzle thing at the end of it, but I thought, you know what? Let's just let it ride. What's going on, everybody? How are you this morning? 7 a.m. Got up less than an hour ago. Splashed my face with some water. Cleaned out the old eyes. I've got my cup of tea, and I'm ready to get back into trading cards. I haven't been doing any for, I don't know, like 3 or 4 days, because I've been working on the thumbnails for Rod. I need to get Rod back on the pages, and he is, which is fantastic. It says Bancroft is the Babe Ruth of cringe. I didn't say that, Mo. That wasn't my voice. If you recall, that was Dan Frager's voice, calling me the Babe Ruth of puzzles. The hardest working man in comics. Yes, exactly. I wish I was working the whole time in comics, but sadly not. Sumo Thori says, shout out to Babe Ruth. Thank you. Look, Babe Ruth died a long time ago. I'm more than happy to pick up the mantle and run with it. So, yeah. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And a massive shout out because he said he's going to be in and out. So I want to give a huge shout out to Mr. Gary G, who's already made an attempt at reboganifying Mo's account. It failed yet again. That's probably on about 10 gifted membership packages that have not worked thus far, but could be the next one. You never know. Michael Desjardins, the commentaries of a nerdy night. You know, we all know him. He's always in the chat hanging out. We all love his commentary, and he's just a bright ray of sunshine in the chat every day. Carbon Dioxide, BLT, and Randy Siplon, who I haven't seen Randy in a long time, actually. I wonder what he's up to. Thank you, Gary. You are a scholar and a gentleman, my friend. And I can quite literally play this one for you.
Lee, he's putting my kids through college.
Gary is, of course, the backer of both the cover original art pieces that I did. So thank you, sir. Big shout out to Creative WM Personal, who scored another first. I think that's 3 in a row. Congratulations. It brings the tally up to 5. I see Mark's Music Obsession was here, as was Jeremy Burtz and Jolly. Don't know if they're here now. Probably not. Jav was in here like 4 hours ago. And then Jake, who was going to stream, is going to push back. So I'm going to raid into Jake after I'm done, which will be in 2 hours. Will the drawing be done? Probably not. But that should be fun. Always enjoy a good Hyper Wizard stream. Creators Outlet is here. Hail Mobigs, the Golden Wrench himself, aforementioned. He appreciates the effort. We all do. And I appreciate the generosity of you fine people. Mel says, if it makes you feel any better, I don't get memberships either. I'm here all the time and just don't comment often. A lurker, just like Cranberry is lurking today. He says he'll be working. We appreciate you. The Don is here. What's up, Don? Who else? And Mo just wants to point out that Gary has a fantastic avatar. ARO Beauty. He does indeed. Henry says, I finally got a membership the other day, and I wasn't even here to thank whomever gifted it. Well, it either would have been Sumo, Jake, Jim Cox gifted some, if it was the other day. A lot of generous people out here in the chat. Thank you very much. It doesn't go unnoticed. Creative M gets first, like most people get gifted memberships by not being in the chat during the show. Very true. I've noticed that. Alpha Channel is here. What's up? What's all this then? That thing, the thing. Ben Grimm. He's the thing, isn't he? Oh, that you did was awesome, man. That'll definitely make the next art share. That's really cool. I was like, whoa, what is that? That's the first thing I saw on Twitter when I got up this morning. Jeff is still here. He's just a minute behind. Auto start didn't work. I hate it when that happens. Yeah, if you didn't check it out, I mean, I presume he did it on a live stream. Jay Ryan. Check this out. We got sent this. Look how much I can show. I'm going to cover it up a little bit. Got sent this from Mel's brother, Police Nationale. I did that. It's kind of hard to make out because they're sort of, I know you can sort of make it out. You see what it is? It says K9, and there's like a dog. Can you see that? They made it into, that's a cool like metal thing. This is a police badge thing for the national police in France. It's cool when you, I don't know, usually, you don't really see your designs out there when they get utilized. But that was really cool. I made this years ago. What cross is this? It's like the Iron Cross or something. Pretty cool. My art is going to be on a whole lot of canine police officers in France. We've got Eric Weathers in the house. Jay says, Jay's thing is a wonder to behold. Please don't take that out of context. Mark says, hey Mo, no free membership, but at least you're a mod. And it's true. Well, Mo is the mod. He is the Uber wrench, as it were. He's been here since day one. The Iron Cross was a compromise from Bancroft's previous, more controversial design. Atsumo says, Jay's thing is majestic, glorious. We're all glorifying Jay's thing. He says, behold my thing. Lol. I got another review, and it's a cock review too, which is great considering it's Cocktober. Oh, tomorrow we're gonna do the poll was crowdfunded cock, so we're gonna do that, and I thought I might break it up in two. So tomorrow's will be crowdfunded cock 2017 to 2020. And then I'll do the next week, I'll do cock art. These are trivias, by the way. I'm going to do it tomorrow. And then the week after that, it'll be crowdfunded cock 2021 to 24. Because there's just too much. There's so much. I'll try and get another 30 questions in. And good luck to all of you. And I hope you're here and I hope you can participate. I know some of you couldn't last week. I kind of dropped it on you, but that's all right. Cock of the Walk. Age. What was Cock of Ages? It's a Cheers cross. It's Glacier Mountain. Could be. Right, Jav. Everyone's saying hello. Don says that's pretty cool. But it is pretty cool. I think that's funky. LZ, not to be what's the word that I can't find? Not misunderstood. Damn it. Anyway, it's not LE, it's LZ. Intriguing premise, painstakingly detailed drawings, engaging writing, and an evocative color palette combined in Waking Dream to give us one of the best debut books in the comic scene, India or otherwise. Mr. Bancroft has presented his cock to the world, and I'm glad to see it stand firmly with other gorgeous, solid cocks. I've done this to myself, haven't I? Not to be confused with. That's it. Thank you. Thank you, Jake. It's early. My brain does not really turn on until about 10 a.m. I can draw, but I can't do the speaky thing. Really looking forward to reading Painted Death. Thank you, LZ. Is it LZ or LZ? I always get confused now. Bancroft, looks like your spring hasn't kicked off yet. It is freezing this morning. I had to put the bins out, and then I had to go back inside and warm my hands under running hot water because they were frozen. Because I nearly had frostbite from putting the bins out. It's freezing here. And it's supposed to be spring. Sometimes, some years it's quite warm in October, but clearly not this year. I don't want to complain about the weather though, on account of what's going on in Florida. As we were watching that overnight, it's pretty crazy. But I mean, I think a lot of people are saying it wasn't as bad as what everyone was hyping up to. I mean, it's still bad, obviously, but not, like catastrophic. It's going to take 2 decades to recover from bad. Yeah, it's Mel. Freezing. Bancroft, you need some strong coffee. Enough with this tea farce. I don't drink tea. Coffee. I don't drink coffee. I can't drink coffee. I like the smell of coffee. I can't stand the taste. I thought it was so thoughtful of Bancroft to send Nugget on a Haitian holiday to avoid the cold. Scotsman, what is up, man? Man, I haven't seen Scotsman in years. Great to see you, man. How you going? Scotsman is a colorist. Used to hang out a lot. He, maybe you're still doing your coloring streams. I'm not sure, but he was the colorist on Xenotype I mean, this was literally years ago, so it's probably done a lot more since then. But I don't know. Anyway, it's great to see you, man. Really cool. Jay likes a nice cock. He likes them even better when they're hard covers. Yes. At least this storm will end in Atlantic, so it will rain out in the ocean instead of overland like it did in Georgia. Oh, there you go. That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of people were saying there was a lot of wind, but not as much rain. And I did see some flooding, but not like, the whole city is underwater sort of stuff. But I don't know. It was crazy seeing Florida just so messy because I remember being there. I was just amazed at how well put together the whole place was. Everything was so neat, even though it's got a lot of growth, like plant growth and everything, because it's sort of tropical almost. He says he's been busy working on his own manga. This is Scotsman and living life. Lol, haven't we both? Well, it is fantastic to see you here, my friend. I've also been busy myself. I put out my second book. That's not this one. Where's that one? It's this one. 100-page Glory. Came out, delivered, rave reviews. I put them up on my own website. And Crenshaw also said this, because Crenshaw did a little video review of Waking Dream a couple of months ago. And now he says he just read the first parts of the Lucent Painted Death. Gorgeous and extremely well written. Definitely going to finish it after work. I can't wait to hear your review, Crenshaw. Get a good look with your own cock. Exactly. We got technically Mexican in the house. Do we? Oh, we do. All right. Fractured Mind is a spin-off, right? Not book 3. Correct. Well, a supplemental is probably a better word, because a spin-off would be like, it's about, a side character sort of thing. I think. I don't know. Rini did 2.5 because sort of like between her second book and her third book. I just named my books. I got Waking Dream, Painted Death, Ember Crown, Fractured Mind. It is a supplemental book, which means you don't have to read it to follow the main story, but it will give a lot of context and clues and extra information, all packaged in an action comic. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm working on it currently with Rod. Rod is finished most of the art, but there's still pages left to do. And I actually am going to add in 4 pages, so it'll end up being a 36-page story, which is longer than I originally intentioned, but you got to do what you got to do. Ember Crown is book 3. That is correct. That will follow directly on from Painted Death. I got my books, but I haven't read them yet. Going to finish remodeling the kitchen before Baby 4 drops. Whoa, congratulations, dude. 4 kids. Fantastic. Technically Mexican is doing his part. I love to hear it. More context, more clues, fewer nipples. Well, it's hard to get fewer than none. Stop saying rod. I can't even use the rod emoji. I know. It is a real issue we've got over here, but I can't help myself.
Hey, what is that? It's an inanimate carbon rod!
Oh, they were just about to show some close-ups of the rod.
John says a tornado did hit an old folks' home, killed 4 people. That's tragic. Those tornadoes were wild, absolutely wild. 3, 4 at a time coming ahead. I believe it. Yeah, I mean, obviously, these are crazy weather. It's just they're still dealing with the fallout up in North Carolina. So yeah, it's nuts. Is there a different artist on Fractured Mind? Yes. So I've employed Rod Looper. And Rod he draws great women, he draws awesome backgrounds, and he's fantastic at action. And because this is an action comic, it's all set inside a dream. Actually, you know what? I'm an idiot. What am I doing? Thank you for leading me into this, by the way. Where is it? I actually had, no, it's not this because I was looking at reference earlier. So this is what I'm up to in Fractured Mind. So yeah, Rod is incredible at the action stuff. So he does it all really. And so these are the pages as they are at the moment. I'm flatting, which is a arduous, thankless task that has to be done. But we're getting through it nonetheless. So it all looks quite sort of dark and flat at the moment, but I will bring light to it and excitement through color. So yeah, that's where. Whoa, 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 whoa! Don't want to go too far. God, there's some fantastic pages in this book. I can't wait to show you all. But I will be coloring it, so it will still tie into the Lucent look. Camel says, when are you hiring me to do a variant cover? I don't know if I'll have any other variant covers. You're up early, Bancroft. Is it even daytime yet there? It is 7:20. Camel says, all flatters go to heaven. Camel hates flatting more than anyone. I think everyone does. I don't mind it because it's kind of cathartic, but yeah, it's a little tedious. Hello, Past Master Dan. All right, let's get down to business here. Enough wafflage. I've collected a selection of reference material. You know, I haven't drawn James and Amita all that much. They've only appeared in 2 short scenes. Their importance to the story is not yet quite revealed, although I have left some pretty juicy clues in Painted Death. I don't know if anyone has mentioned them yet or interpreted them yet, but that's the fun thing about these trading cards. I'm going to have a little comic on the back, a little comic strip, like 3 or 4 panels. And they're going to have clues in them, so that's to add to Painted Death. Camel says, I feel gross saying this, but Mike's a better artist than I am when he was when I met him. And so are you, Camel. So you don't have to feel bad. I hope the juicy clues, this is Mo speaking, have nothing to do with the multiple terabytes of doing reference on your hard drive. No. There's lots of seemingly throwaway lines or just little things in the background in Painted Death, especially related to these 2. Also in the interviews, if you want to read them on the website. So yeah, it should be fun. All right, so I guess I need to make a new layer for their ink. James and Amita. For anyone who hasn't read the book, James and Amita are a loving couple. They share everything together. They share their lives together. But we haven't really seen too much of them just yet. They are somewhat intriguing in that, where do they fit into all this? I remember Jake tricked me into revealing something about, was it Amita? I can't quite remember. I don't know. Whenever we were talking about hang on, I need reference of him too. Damn it. All right, hold on a sec. This is actually what they were wearing in the what's it called? In the interviews, you know, which you all read and loved. Let's put on that stabilizer. Can you draw him with teeth? Don't know. Maybe. He is Scottish, you know. Do they have teeth? I don't know if they do. God, my hands are still cold. It could be a little slow going here at the start as things warm up. It was more of a test than a trick, said Jake, and you got me. You got me good. Because I want to talk about it, but I also, you know, the reveals is the fun. I mean, you can kind of assume that anyone in the book is, you know, going to be you know, have something to do with the, you know, the strangeness that's going on in the story. I think maybe my pen is too thick. Quite sure. Credit where credit's due. Trace Croft has finally achieved semi-continence as an inker for Mel. Yeah, Mel does great sketches. Iodine says, I think we need an answer to the seemingly throwaway lines. Seemingly. Not seemingly. It's quite different. Awesome one says, lol, I was also thinking this piece was traced as well. Yeah, but you think everything I do is traced. Awesome one. And is it really tracing if you're tracing over your own stuff? Is that still tracing? Because I do that all the time. I am trying to do a bit more like blocking the, what does Shelby call it? The inks, you know, heavier shadows and stuff. I've been trying to incorporate a bit more of that as well into the old into the work. So it's an accent thing. Well, everything with me is an accent thing. That's my issue, isn't it? Your own stuff. I take it there's a strict community property law in Australia, says Mo. Spotting blacks, is that a thing? Is that like a where you put in like bigger, darker, deeper shadows? I feel like that's a thing, but sometimes the stabilization makes funny things happen that I don't like. No. Tracing over your own work is like cheating on your wife with her twin sister. It's not really a big issue. It's just the same thing, really. He'll reach a point where he'll be splicing together old panels and tracing them into new ones on future books. Yes. Yes, obviously. That sounds like a dream. Who was that? What was it? Wallywood? one of these, great old masters said something like, never draw what you can copy, never copy what you can trace, like something like that. I was like, yes, this man is speaking directly to my heart. And I don't feel bad, if it's my own stuff. Why would I? Violent Comics, welcome, says Zippertone is a thing. Well, I don't use any Zippertone. It's not really the look I'm going for. Indicating light and shadow, the old ball and chain. Yeah, I still got to figure out exactly where. I mean, obviously, I think the light is going to be light coming from over here, but I don't know if that's going to be the main light source. I want to have light on her face. So, I mean, it's a trading card. I can just got to do what I want. I don't really need to lay out a proper setting or anything like that. But I do have to sort of think about the lights. It governs the thickness of the lines. Past Master Dan has it. Never draw anything you can copy. Never copy anything you can trace. Never trace anything you can cut up and paste up. That's it. That's it. Yeah, I got criticized on one of my pages because I had some lamps, and what are they, like, kind of like those torchlight things? I don't know, in the catacomb. Because I was just copying and pasting them. Like, yeah, it takes 2 seconds. You draw them a couple of times in a couple of different ways, and then you just kind of go for it. I don't know. I didn't see what the big deal is. What type of tablet are you using, says George? This type. Whatever that is. An Intuos. I think it's large. I think. No, I think her leg would be pushing the fabric aside. So I'm going to try that first. And then he'll sort of be a bit like that. Maybe. Wakeham. Yeah, that's Wakeham, isn't it? Intuos. Yes, it is. Camel uses a lot of Zippertone. You really need to learn to use it as more of a color than an ink. He says. Would not know. I have to trust your word on that. I do like the look of it though. Now, people have requested Flipper Jimmy. They said I'm so formal calling him James. I want to reassure you that only 3 fingers on each hand will be visible. That's just my little shout out to Flipper Jimmy, which came to prominence in the drawing phase of Painted Death. Violent Comics is asking about Photoshop zipper tone. Oh, definitely. Yeah. But Camel's pointing out you can use filters, you can use custom brushes. I would use Clip Studio for that stuff. It was just, I think it was initially made. I mean, and originally it was called Manga Studio, I think. I think when I very first started using it, it was just coming out of that phase. So, you know, they're the zipper tone. They're the zipper tone peeps. I tend to do all of that sort of extra shading stuff in the colors. So I'm always kind of mindful of how I'm going to be coloring it to the best of my ability while I'm drawing it, which does kind of cause me to sort of take some shortcuts with the inking, but I think it's fine. I don't mind. Jeff says, the thing with digital zipper tone is it looks too perfect. I want to see the scratches and maybe a slight tilt, a little gap here and there. I love seeing those dudes that actually do the old school method, you know, with a scalpel. That's cool. I'm glad people are still doing that. Even though it looks crazy expensive. God, I spend so much money on pens these days doing you know, the traditional art stuff. Oh my God. It's just something you don't really take into account until you have to do it. And then you're like, holy cow, this stuff costs money, paper and pens. And I only use, you know, I use Copics. I'm not getting ink and brushes and stuff like that, which I'm guessing is even more expensive. Yes, I'm using Clip Studio Violent Comics. I suggest anyone who draws digitally, I recommend Clip Studio above any other. I know some people swear by what's the other one that you have on the iPad? I know Kennedy loves it. That one's fine as well. It's just not for me, but just don't use Photoshop to draw. You won't get a nice clean line like this. And this is, you can see that's raster, you know, so it has a softening what is it, aliasing effect, but in Photoshop, that would be this would blur out. You wouldn't be able to get nice little thin lines like that. Just don't draw in Photoshop. I drew in Photoshop for way too long, and it's when I started realizing I should be doing it in Clip Studio. I was like, oh my god, what was I doing? Art supplies are a racket, says Jay. It's like they want you to pay to buy stuff at their stores. It's outrageous. And sometimes they run out and you have to drive around, and you go to friggin' Office Works at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and you arrive at 6:01 and they're like, oh, sorry, we closed at 6, and you spent half an hour driving out there. Yeah. You know, can happen to anyone, I guess. Jay says, I use Clip Studio and Photoshop. Both have their pros and cons. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I only really use Clip Studio for the line art, and you know, it has all the perspective rulers and everything, which are amazing. Alpha Channel says 7 months here. It hurt. Is that, you mean the transition out of Photoshop? I mean, a lot of us, you know, been using Photoshop for years. So yeah, I still much prefer, I don't color in Clip Studio at all. Sumo Thori is going to try again. Here we go. Death Metal Hero, Articus Ramos, Peter Rondelez, Ryan Blue Thunder, and Mad Relique, all gifted memberships. Thank you, Sumo. Thank you very much. Sorry, Mo. Not this time, but I still believe it will happen. I have to believe. I have to. That's the only way I can. Thank you, Sumo.
You little ripper!
Bancroft, do you know about the Phil Lasso tool? What a time saver. Yeah, I do. I just haven't really played with it too much, but I probably should, because I am flatting at the moment. So, and it's taking me a long time. I am still sort of stuck in my ways in many ways. Shout out to chat regular Mad Relique, yeah, and Peter Rondelez and Articus Ramos. You know, regulars every day here, modding, helping out, greeting the chat. It's actually great to see that their contribution has finally gone noticed by YouTube. It's taken too long, far too long. What are the pros of Photoshop? Oh, tons. Especially with like manipulation. Coloring, I think, is still, you just have the most options or layer adjustments and, you know, that sort of stuff. I use Photoshop in my day job every day, and I do photo retouching and that sort of stuff. And yeah, the technology is getting actually really crazy. You know, they're always the first, because they're the biggest company. They're always the first to sort of, you know, someone invents some new technology. I remember when content aware became a thing, someone invented it, and then Photoshop bought it and then integrated it into that program, and improved it and made it usable. So, retouched by an angel. Not that I like AI, but I wonder what artificial intelligence would do with your sketch. Oh, they'd probably, from my experience, they'd probably add in some, like a lamp, maybe a side table. That's usually what happens when I try and use it. So basically what I use AI for in Photoshop is if I've got a photo and I need it to be a different format, as in a different dimensions. And so, you know, I might need, I've got to see, back in the day, if it was a complicated wall, that was a nightmare. Like a brick wall, or maybe a patterned wall, or there were things on the, you know, in front, furniture, whatever. Nowadays, the AI can sort of handle all that, but the problem is it sort of expects every image to have that sort of stuff. So, you know, you okay, extend this brick wall, go, and it extends the brick wall, but it also adds in a lamp. Like, I don't want your weird lamp that you've sourced somewhere on Google. I just wanted the brick wall as it was extended. Anyway. We've got Genuine Comics in the house. What's up? Mo says, I can only imagine Mad Relic receiving an email from YouTube. Bancroft. Wait, is that Effort who clickbaited me with the Twister thumbnail? Who the hell is this? Oh, yeah, I watched a short of his like 8 months ago. What the hell? He was talking about the Punisher or something. Iodine says, I find it kind of weird that comics are made in Photoshop versus something vector based. A lot of people do draw vector. I probably could draw vector with the inks. I think mine would be fine. It's just sort of what I'm used to. I know a lot of other people are more sort of sketchy. You know, they almost painterly with their line art, and that wouldn't be vector. But I'm sure a lot of people do. Like a guy like Chad Townsend, that would be perfect for vector. We've got Grey Wolf in the house. What's up, Grey Wolf? All right, how did I do his shoes? I'm going to reference his. He has like quite nice dress shoes. This is going to be a challenge. Let me see if I can find any other. Yeah. Let's just see how we go. I think I had him in socks. I don't know. Who cares? Shoes are always difficult with the bloody angle. I never quite know until I'm there doing it. I found that less tends to be more, but yeah, watching you work so fast. No one has ever said that to me. I can see why Photoshop works for you. My initial impressions, or maybe in coloring. Coming from the web design dev world, was the ability to control those Bezier curves would be a plus. I would never do it with those Bezier things. I would never draw with that. I would you can draw in Clip Studio. You can draw in vector in Clip Studio, so you don't need to use those curves. You can fix them later using those curves, and I'm pretty good at those things. I'm saying like I wouldn't use them. I'm just it's not really natural to draw like that, I don't think. How much are you paying this obvious plant? Yeah, you need, that's what you don't do. That's what you don't have on your draw streams, Jay. You got to pay up front to get people to come in and compliment your art as you go. Shoes are the hands of the feet. They can be. And that's why I find myself and many other artists tend to draw the same shoes a lot, because you kind of get that shoe down and you're like, all right, that's the shoe I do. So you got to sort of break away from that as much as you can and try and draw other shoes. But I mean, who looks at a man's shoe? Who throws a shoe? Really? Yeah. Mm. Shoe enthusiast. You have to become somewhat of a shoe enthusiast. Yes. You know what I do? For me, it's Pinterest. Pinterest is the place to go to find all your fashion needs and requirements that you might have. You really can't go past it. It's got everything on there. And, you know, I'm a dude born in the early 80s. I don't know any of this stuff. I don't know what people wear. I wear the same stuff every day, much to Mel's chagrin. So I really got to think about. No, do I really? I don't know if I do. I was just thinking about the shadows and stuff. I think I'm going to work on them after I sort of figured it out a bit more, because I think that's gone up too high. I think it kind of goes like that, actually. This is looking pretty dodge. Again, I'm going to have to friggin' look up a shoe, I think. If you had a popular comic, maybe an agent could get you a deal to draw someone's specific shoes advertisement. I don't know if I want to break into the shoe drawing market. Is that even a thing anymore? I don't know if that's really an actual thing that people do. We got Katie in the house. We got Jim Cox. Is this the self-insert? Insert. The chin is wrong. If this is a self-insert, the chin is wrong. You think I look like this guy? Everyone always says this looked like PTP. Or that that guy who was famous for a little while, he was a cuck. What's that guy's name? Jack? I don't know. Either way, I don't think it looks like either of them. But I'm going to have to come back to the shoes. I'm going to have to do a little bit of shoe search. You kind of like, you know, the vague idea of what a shoe is, but all the specific details, it's like, okay. Probably have to look at a shoe to really know. Jack Murphy, yeah, that's the dude. Completely different beard. Nose and eyes are the same as me. All right, I've got my. Got to pull up my Amita reference here. Amita has some specific things going on. Jack Murphy, Camel, and Bancroft holding hands. What? Everyone's saying hello to each other. Nice drapery in the pants, B. Thank you. I try to make it as realistic as I possibly can. Fold wise, it took a very long time to sort of get a handle on all that. I think it's still a work in progress, but we do what we can. Again, a lot of reference, really. What did I put here? I don't know if he would have me wearing that on this. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's his. He would have a chain thing. I don't know if he would have me wearing it on this. I'll leave that for later. I remember when Mike and I did this at Tampa. Yeah, we ran around the convention like this. It was great. Now this side would be his vest. Would be his vest actually there. Not her pants. Pocket chain watch with a chain. Yeah, that actually makes sense. But I'll leave it. Maybe I won't leave it. I mean, it's just a I don't know. I don't know. Well, come back to that. Let's put a pin in that. Now, I've got to remember his rings because they're very important and they're very specific. So his right hand has, that's his right hand, has the weird flat ring on it. Be there, I think. There. That guy. Yeah. That, I think. We got Shelby in the house. This is how Noah's mum carries him to school. I believe that 100%. I'm gonna kind of like get some Can I see the full shot of these two ruffians? There. Hang on a sec. They're a bit angled at the moment. It's a fun piggyback ride. Yeah. Everything's so serious in the Lucent. Someone needs to be having a bit of fun. William Wellborn is here. Says good morning, Michael and chat. Good morning, William. Great to have you here. Great to have everyone here. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. I neglected to shout out the Rumble gang. We've got 3 watching over there. Thank you. Thank you to the Rumble gang. We've got, wow, 40 people watching. Thank you very much, everyone, for hanging out. A fun piggyback ride like Bancroft does with all his pals. Who has not had a fun piggyback ride, given or received in the past? You know? Let he who has not had a piggyback ride throw the first stone. Ellie says, these paid-for streaming services are shoving like 5 to 6 ads before each movie. Ugh. That's really what you're trying to avoid, isn't it? It's very annoying. I do believe she's got a bit of trendy you know, ripped jean action going on. Crenshaw in the house. Oh, Mo, you're out of here? See you, Mo. Thanks for hanging out as always. Says Hal Bancroft. Hal the chat. Hal Mo Biggs. Jakes is here. He says Bancroft gives Piggy front rides. Wait, That's sort of like carrying someone like a child. I would totally do that with Camel. That would be fun. The question is, who would be carrying who? And he says, I got Peacock TV for the Olympics, but I kept it for some movies, and now it insists upon itself. I hate it when things do that. Terrible. I like the money pit. That's my answer to that. All right, let me just... So I think I drew that ring thing wrong. It's very... It kind of goes over his knuckle like that. And then... That's better. It's a weird thing. Don't remember why I gave him this, but I did. Because he's a weird dude. Do you need me to send you a pic of my Hot Topic goth wallet chain? Yeah, I might. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't know if he'll be wearing his Hot Topic goth wallet chain in this outfit. He definitely would in other outfits. So let's I gotta look up the shoes as well. Kind of like just fluff the shoes. I probably should have done a bit of research on them, but yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll get it to where it needs to be eventually. Now on this hand he has the skull ring, which is going to be the real test. Wherever that is, I got some reference for that, hopefully. Don't encourage him, Ellie. This level of detail is a little psychotic, Bancroft. This is only the first sort of pass. What do you mean? This isn't detail. Oxfords, not brogues. All right, I'll try and remember that. Thank you, Jake. The ring is on the middle finger, it looks like. Now, I'm only showing 3 as an homage to Flipper Jimmy, which would mean that is his I assume that's his middle finger. That would have to be his pinky here. It would have to be. The laws of decency dictate it. And on that finger, he has an upside down. Is it there or is it here? Getting lost here. Getting lost in the weeds. A skull ring. Speaking of things I bought at Hot Topic one point, the skull ring was brought up in Waking Dream, and it is actually important. Are his pants undone? I mean, they aren't. I just put a little nick there. I don't really have to put that there. It could be in shadows. There's sort of like that crease, that goes over the crotch. But he's sort of like bent over and it's in shadow. I will add more shadow later, depending on exactly how I want the lighting to be. I'm trying to be a bit cleverer with the shadows these days, so I might put a shadow from her leg over this. I'm not quite sure, but I'll do that later once I've figured the bits out. I think they had Hot Topic in Australia. Violent Comics. I think they did, but don't quote me on that. We might have had something similar that was sort of like a franchise. All right, this stupid ring. So that would be his middle finger there, I think. Should mean his skull ring is sort of like here. Yeah. That's it. It's sort of like this. Believe it or not, the skull ring is actually important to the story. Well, when I say important, it's it's not the key to everything, but you know, it's there for a reason. Colin says, "Did you say the outside finger was the pinky? Have you not learned you aren't allowed to decide hands anymore?" Jake asked, "Does he blow into the ring to activate his powers?" Woo! Camel says, "Yeah, it was called Hot Topicy Do." No, we had something like that. I didn't know it was called Hot Topic. I could Google that. I'm sure we had something. Australian Hot Topic. Oh, we did. We did have Hot Topic. It is here. But no, I feel like Berserk? Is that it? Berserk? Oh, yeah. Is that a brand? It says it's Australia's largest alternative online store. Hot Topic-esque, edgy. Edge! Was there an Edge? That feels like it's something. Dangerfield. Yes, no, I definitely know Dangerfield was a thing. Do you guys have Dangerfield? Dangerfield was definitely Hot Topic. I remember Dangerfield. Yeah. I also think Edge, but Edge might have been a brand. He's going to root this hand. It's there's a potential. There's always, when I'm involved, there's always a potential of a rooting happening on a hand. There's no we're all used to that by now. Violent says, "I haven't been in a mall in about a decade." I went probably 3 months ago. All right, I feel like I'm getting lost in the weeds here. I also need to get, like, her hand is way worse. She has crazy things. And I'm going to get to that. At least her shoes are easier. She has these weird moon boots on because she's kooky. When I'm involved, there's always a potential of rooting happening. Exactly, Sumo. And you know what I mean when I say rooting. The Australian use of the word, of course. These would have been some boots I found on Pinterest, like, God knows when. I'm like, oh yeah, they look pretty cool. Now here I am trying to approximate what they might have looked like. I guess I probably should have. I might have even saved the reference. I didn't bother go looking for them though. A rootin' tootin' good. Yes, exactly, Jake. You know it. This looks like a right hand on his left arm. Now, I haven't read the books yet, so maybe there's some sort of weird disfigurement. There isn't a disfigurement. Oh yeah, you're right. That wouldn't be. Yeah, you're right. Of course, his thing will be there. I'll have to go back on that. It's Flipper Jimmy. He's it's not that he has 3 fingers, but I only draw him with 3 fingers in certain situations just because that's how I drew him the first time. And it's just a bit of fun. It's like if I can hide his other finger, I will. But I don't know. We'll see. It looks a bit weird now here that I'm looking at it. But if I have to, I'll go back and fix it. Colin says, we only want the best for your art, Michael. Unless, of course, we can meme what you produce instead. Well, the memes really help. Cullen famously had my strange hand, which I did end up actually. I was going to leave that hand, but I did end up fixing it to the best of my ability for the actual book. Didn't realize I'd put. I guess I did. And you're going to have that on the wrong side. You know what? Doesn't matter. What is the skull ring for? There are items in the story that help the characters achieve certain various tasks that they need to complete. That's all I'm going to say about that. The Lucent is all about the mystery of it. That's the sort of the fun of it. So I don't really reveal too much. Although I definitely leave clues, and if anything is important, I'll make sure to point it out. In the book. And that's all I've got to say about that. It's for +5 dexterity, says Camel. Is it a sexual thing? No. It is not a sexual thing. Jake says Strange Hand would make a great character name. Colin says, well, I did get my boat. I guess I can read the books now. And I put them in last. That was one of the last things I put into the book. Were the boats. And the... in the Paris... what's it called? Scene, Eiffel Tower thing. It's a key for a door in a Resident Evil mansion. Maybe. I mean, it isn't, but maybe. It's a cereal box prize. Actually, I will tell you, the something like the back card of this card will have the ring on it. So there will be a ring reference. It'll be showing you something that the ring is doing on the back of the card. So hopefully, if you are intrigued, you will purchase the trading cards. They'll be, I think they're going to be, at the moment, I'm thinking $9.95 for 9, potentially 10 if you get lucky. And yeah, we have inking legend in the house, Gary Martin. He says, Michael, what are your artistic influences? Thank you very much for asking, Gary. I have a book. I mean, you know, I grew up like everyone else reading all the comics. Where is that book? Nearly dropped my phone. Damn it. I saw it the other day. It was around. I thought, oh, there it is. Oh, there, it's up there. So my main influence for what I'm doing now is this guy. Can I stop? This guy. My wife always loves it when I say his name. Mathieu Laufray. He's a French he's a concept artist and bande dessinée illustrator. And this is the first book I found of his, and he's made a lot of sense, which you can sort of see. I did a page like that in Paint to Death too, using the same sepia tones. You can see, I don't know, like the big backgrounds and stuff like that. He has a much more sketchy style than I do. I mean, I think he's just, you know, he's one of those guys who's like super duper talented. So it's funny, like you get influenced by someone, but then you sort of end up in a very different place. But yeah, it's like, it's pretty crazy stuff. And let me find a cool page. Look at that. Epic. Yeah. So yeah, and he does, I mean, he does like, he does you know, realistic backgrounds and characters. He's got his own style on them. But I was like, seeing this is what led me to turn the story that I had into a graphic novel, essentially. But yeah, I try to, you know, color wise though, I mean, I just try to you know, get whatever I can, you know, from whatever amazing art is out there. Who? He said who? I told you who. Mathieu. I don't know how to say his name. Mathieu Laufray. Awesome One says, your quite ornate Rini Awakened ring. Crenshaw says, if it goes with a studded belt, leather flame pattern cuff bracelet, and Avenged Sevenfold t-shirt. I think James is actually quite a smart dresser, even though he's a bit, you know. But look, here's the thing. Here's the thing about both these characters. These guys are trendsetters. It's not their fault that everyone else sort of like bites their style and turns it into a hot topic thing, you know? This is what happens out there when you're cool, you know? Anyway, it's great to see you here, Gary. Big fan of graybeards. I like making fun of everyone in the chat. Good times. Good times had by all. Rainey was frigging. Speaking of Rainey, she was amazing on it the other week. That piece was crazy. You know, she did it again on the friggin', what's it called? The creative block draw stream. That dragon thing she drew. She got talent. It was nuts. I actually saw when she like kept going with it, and she put white highlights because it was a gray paper. She is awesome, says Gary. Yeah, she's a super talent. They still use the term metrosexual? I don't think so, thank God. I remember people used to use that like unironically. Oh, he's so metrosexual. Oh my God. Terrible. Right, let's try and get some. Get some lines down here. Half an hour left. I do want to be somewhat productive. Gotta go, says the Don. Very cool stuff, B. Keep killing it. Ciao, chat. Much love to all. Thank you, Don. Everyone go sub to Don. He's got a cool show he's starting up where it's just, you know, drawing and hanging out, chatting about comics, drama free, all that good stuff. Cranberry says it has nothing to do with sex. What? Oh, metrosexual. Right. And he's just saying hi to everyone. And he's not here. He's working. So be aware. We're so advised, Cranberry. Drama is like fat. It adds all the flavor, but it kills you in the end. I posted a tweet yesterday. Just thought about it, and I was like, "Oh, that's perfect." You know the Spider-Man thing where they're pointing at each other, and I was like, "You know what that is? That's YouTube content that's about YouTube content." You know, if someone is calling you out specifically, I think, you know, within reason, it's fine to respond to that. But if you're just making content about other content, like, you know, when they started YouTube, I bet they didn't envision there's going to be YouTubers, and then those YouTubers are going to YouTube about other YouTubes, and it's like it's just this insular thing. You know, it's pretty crazy when you think about what it actually is. I think I want his actual. You want it to pop up a bit. If I can. Jim Cox gifted 5 memberships. Oh, look, that Star Wars girl has gifted a membership. We always see Anna in here. She's going to enjoy that email when she receives it. Andy Dallas, Color Me Triggered, Tubies with Timmy, JD Kirby, and Anna That Star Wars Girl. All gifted memberships. Thank you very much, Jim. Bloody legend. Where does he get? One of these.
Well, cheers, biggies.
Anna has been in here in the past. Awesome one. I haven't seen her in a long time. But you know, she's very busy at the moment. She's got to be due pretty soon, I imagine. Yeah, stream healthy, everyone. We all need to go on a drama-free diet. Yes. Bancroft needs to get involved in the drama tubing. No, Jolly, I don't. The YouTube EFAP inception. And look, we've all done it. I'm not excluding myself from it. We've all partaken. It's just for a healthy diet, you need all things in moderation. Yeah, they literally did have a reply video as a feature long ago. Remember, that was crazy back in the day, actually. The just non-stop back and forth videos. Yeah. Thank you, Jim Cox. Thank you, everyone who's gifted memberships. You really do make a huge difference in this game of mine. For instance, I need to get more pages commissioned from Rod to finish Fractured Mind, and that's what it goes to. So thank you. You're literally helping to create comics when you send a super chat or gift membership. So thank you. You make it all possible. Wow. Speaking of, Jim Alaska gifted 10. He is determined to see Mo Biggs back as a super bogan. Jim, that is incredibly. The Jim's coming out tonight. Incredibly generous. Jay Lee, Michael Rushbrook, Ruby Jade, Dan Plagle. Shout out to Dan. Hope he's doing well. Betrayed King, Murica Gone Funny, N3 Crow Warlock, William Noblin, Bigfoot Loch Ness, and Kayla Adrian. Well, some of them at least I recognize. So, Jim, thank you. That is, wow, that is huge. I've run out of videos to play though, so I'll go back to this one. Jim.
You little ripper!
Thank you, sir. Thank you very, very much. And Cullen points out, Mo gets nothing. So many of you. Cullen, you, Jake, Jolly, awesome one. Tons of people. Henry Bemis, I think, still hasn't gotten one. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but anyway, I can't thank you guys enough for the generosity. It really does make a huge difference. Bancroft, if you ink this on paper, how long compared to digital? I don't know. I've never really tried that. Usually, I mean, one of the biggest reasons, well, not one of the biggest reasons, but a reason is I like all the tools I get in digital, the rulers and things I need to delete stuff, and I kind of draw as you're seeing. I kind of draw as I ink. I don't just ink and that's sort of done. I erase stuff and go over it, and it's sort of how I work. And that's just digital is so much easier for that because you kind of, okay, well that didn't work, and you can transform and morph stuff. So. Oh my God, it's getting crazy. Damn. Guys, this is insane. Thank you so much. That's crazy. Jake has gifted 10 memberships as well. Oh, it is getting gifty up in here. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Nintendo Ginger, Cole Majed, John Smith, Ian, Mr. V, MD Horton, Spike and Madness, Deep Surface, JT, and Jay's in Static, all gifted memberships by Jake Martin. Holy cow. I mean, what can I play to I mean, really, I guess it's just this.
Please give me Coke. Do you have Coke? And ask them the price of Coke. Cola, cola, cola. But it was not cola, it was Coke. Remember Coke? And what's Coke? Cola. It's not Coke in Korean. Cola. Good. So Coke. Do you have Coke? And they said yes. Please give me cock. Oh, please give me cock. I want a cock.
I do have the short Mad Lads, Jim. I don't have the longer one. Oh no, I do. Oh, excellent. I thought I'd gotten rid of it. It was right above. Yeah, you guys deserve this.
I am a maverick. I am a savage. I am a legend. I am a madman. You never know what I'm going to do next. I am a mad lad.
You certainly are mad lads, every one of you. Thank you very much, everyone, for gifting. A crazy generosity. Thank you. Whew. Rod is going to be very happy when I go, you know what? We might actually be able to do this page this month. Because he is on a tear. He wants to get all the remaining pages done by the end of this year. Because he has original art to sell as well. So we're all excited to get that finished. And I'm excited. It's going to be a 36-page book, which is bigger than what originally it was going to only be, you know, like 20 something. And then he was like, no, let's do 32. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, make it actually something really good. And, you know, I've just been kind of going back over it and going back on the script and the dialogue and everything and rereading it. And I think there needs to be a page in here. And then I noticed another one. I think there needs to be another page in here. So Rod will be very happy. We're only encouraging Mo's Big's gatekeeping. Well, thankfully, Mo isn't here to witness 25 memberships come in and him not getting a single one. So let's just keep that between us. I don't know what's going on the channel, but it's good to see more people that we do know are getting them again. It was like no one that we know for a while, but Michael says Bancroft's no Mo option is fully engaged. I swear it's not me. Let's try. Maybe I'll see if I can get James's face going here. No, Mo, we won't go. Poor Mo, whatever did he do to deserve this? I swear it's not me. I swear it. All right, let's. I've got some references. Good old James here and his funky beard. Let's see how I go here. So I do the outline of the beard first. And then so that's why digital as well, actually, Art of Roy, you asked. Another good thing about digital is you can kind of cut into the inks. It's sort of, again, that's kind of like drawing with inks, that it's not really, you can do it in traditional, but it's not as easy and convenient, I suppose. But I'll do the outline or whatever. I'll do the blacks, and then I'll go in and sort of cut into them with a eraser afterwards to sort of give definition and stuff. Even people not here get memberships. Bancroft flagging Mo as do not gift member seems to be working. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna turn off stabilization though. It's annoying. I would totally think that it's YouTube trying to use gifted memberships as a way to get people to come back to a channel, to the live streams. And they think, oh, they're going to love this. You know, so many people will be getting emails about, oh, remember this channel? I don't know if it's, I think it's a bit wrong-headed. Especially someone like Mo and Henry Bemis, Jav Styler, Art of Roy. That's what the white inks is for when you pencil it. Yeah. I know. I see Shelby use that stuff as well. I know. I'm saying it's not that you can't do it in traditional. It's just I think I mean I find it easier. People who don't work in digital probably wouldn't, but I did see some white ink pens the other day when I was getting the Copics at the art shop. I thought, hello. Now, after seeing Jay's thing, it's just inspired me even more to want to try my hand at coloring with the Copics. If I could do something like that, I would be very happy. That was an excellent piece. All right. A little bit of looseness up here in this region of the beard. Jav says, I have a brand account, can't get memberships. Tim says, if you tried changing your brand account to primary, I saw something about it on Reddit. Michael Deecher says, after seeing Jay's thing, I'm inspired. I am. He's an inspiring. You should go check it out on Twitter. Check out Jay's thing. He shared it there. And come back to me and let me know what you think of it. I think it's a little longer than this, actually. It's quite a well-shaped beard. James was inspired by two people that I've known long ago. Always thought were kind of interesting characters. And I sort of made an amalgam of both of them. Into one sort of, quirky, unusual dude. Was that a boat horn? Am I the only one who heard that? I didn't hear any boat horn. Yeah, Sumo lives out in, he lives on a big island, Hawaii. It's the paper you use Copics on that makes the biggest difference, not the markers. Oh, there you go. I'm gonna look into it. Yeah, because I feel like I've always failed. It didn't quite come out the way I want. But if I need to if it could be a paper issue, that's that's interesting. I guess I probably didn't even really think of that. And now that you mention it, it makes a lot of sense. But essentially, I want to learn it to kind of. I've done sort of the same thing with the sketch cards, on campaigns now for 2 or 3 campaigns. I want to try something a bit different, something a bit, bit of value add, essentially. Get some color into it. I've seen a bunch of people do it. Rich Ayala has great sketch cards. A lot of people do, but I want to. Obviously, Kenneth Rocafort. I'm not trying to. I'm not expecting to be at that level, but his sketch cards are legendary. It would be cool to be a bit more. Give it a bit more of the old, the old "How's your father," as I like to call it. Jake heard it too. You heard a horn on the stream, a boat horn. Or do you guys live near to each other? The paper could be cold pressed vellum, smooth, slightly heavier stock. Jay says his sketch cards are legendary. I'm sure they are. Have I seen any of your sketch cards? Obviously, we've seen a lot of your amazing inks and covers. Have I seen the sketch cards though? I'm not sure if I have. I'm sure they are though. Yeah, James has a very interesting ear. Yeah, he has one of those. What are they? Hole things in his ear. We got Phil in the house. He says, "Hello. Does he have a man bun?" No, he doesn't have a man. That would have been a bit too far, I think. I don't know. Maybe. I think in his younger years, he probably would have had a man bun. I think that's something he definitely, I could see him having. But he's an older man now, wiser. He's going more for think magician chic, Bankrupt boat horn gaslighting. All right, I will go back. I think you said that 5-10 minutes ago. I'll go back and I will try and hear if there was a boat horn at any time during the stream, Sumo. I'll. It's a mystery. It reminds me of there used to be. It was actually my favorite episodes when I was a kid of what's it? Sesame Street. They would hear this horn or something in the background, and then balloons would fall down. Does anyone remember that? And then no one could figure out the mystery. So that was great. I'll never forget that. Actually, no, I wanted that to be. Popping up like Sonny from The Godfather. You know, he had like he always wore braces and his shirt would pop up. Okay, that sort of look. Bancroft must be in a harbor or a boat. I'm not that far from the beach, even though I never go. I don't consider myself like that I live near a beach, but I do. It's probably, 10-minute drive at most. There are boats out there. But no, I didn't hear any boat horn. It could have been a truck horn, and if it was, I don't hear. We have planes flying overhead because there's an airport just over there. That's 10 minutes away, easy, 5 minutes away. So there's always planes flying, and I never hear any of them unless they really come in low. Sometimes they sound like they're gonna bomb the house. I very rarely hear them. I always try to give James very expressive eyebrows. I always imagine he'd be like one of those crazy sort of fun uncles. He's always making bad dad jokes, and that's how I picture him. Ellie says, now I hear a didgeridoo. Now there is a plane flying over. I doubt you guys can hear it, though. I do like drawing characters with really black hair. Because then I like the old just when in doubt, black it out. Not above that. I put a little bit of detail in there, but not much. Bancroft is inking my boy, Flipper Jimmy. Yeah, I think I screwed up his hands. Because that should be his index, because it's like that. So it's like that one is fine. I might need to indicate something. Like that looks pretty Flipper Jimmy, but this hand is messed up. I gotta go back and fix that one. I think I drew it. Cullen, of course, pointed out I drew it backwards, but yeah, he is Flipper Jimmy. At any chance I can, at any opportunity. But it's Friday, so I'll work on this tonight after work, and hopefully, all I've got left is the rest of her, and then I'm gonna, do some shadows and stuff, fix that hand, fix these stupid shoes. I gotta research some shoes, draw some books. That won't take long, and there'll be another one in the bank. Yes, sir. I'm really excited. I think these are going to be great I don't know exactly how I'm going to color them in terms of what I'm going to put on the background. But I'll figure it out, and it'll be, it'll have some relation to the story. Whatever it is. And I don't know if you were here earlier, KSS, but the back of the cards is going to have a mini comic on it. Another thing, speaking of Kenneth Rocafort, that's another idea I'm going to steal from him. I remember seeing him. He did like a really little mini comic. So, because I realized I got all these trading cards, I never read anything that's on the back. And I think it'd be a cool place to sort of, do some little clues, a little bit of extra stuff. Like, you can't really fit into the narrative, but is in the lore. Oh, Sumo clipped it. All right, hold on. Give me a sec here. All right. Wait. Okay. Hang on. Let me just save this. Saving. Okay. Where am I? All right, gotta make that a new window. Let us investigate the alleged boat horn incident of 2024. Is that it? That's it? Yep. Window, sharing audio. Oh no, I've got to share Chrome tab. That's it. All right. I like the idea of using trading cards to tell a story, says KSS. The original Mars Attacks tops trading cards. Oh, cool. Yeah, there's so many little clues that, and it's really going to be, they were clues in the book, but I'm going to kind of shine a light on them so to make people go back and relook at it a bit closer. That's sort of what I'm thinking. I've written about 5 of them. And, all right, let's have a look at this. What happens? Audio is on. Let's go full screen. I'll be quiet. It's only 8 seconds. What was that? It's definitely on the stream. Is it a truck horn? It doesn't sound like. It sounds like me scraping, sliding like a. Could it be the mic? Not really. It does sort of sound like it's in the background. I have no idea what that was. Well, anyway, I guess, yeah, fucking boats. Hey, yeah, things happen on a stream. You can't quite explain it. All right. Let's just do one final little look-see here. Where is it? I can't believe you clipped it. It's a tremor. That's the Jake says it's the SS Gaslight. It wasn't me, I swear. There's no sound. The Jake's like, no, we heard a sound. Cool. All right, we're getting there. It's a little bit of extra on it, but all right. Happy with the progress. All saved. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. Now, Jake is about to go live or has gone live. I'm not quite sure, but Let me have a look there, see if he's live. He's still waiting. All right, that's cool. I was going to go live in 15. That's all right. I can send you all there. I do have to jog off and get ready for work. So I will just say for anyone who is here who isn't aware, I don't know who that might be. Where's my window? What's going on with it? There? Oh, there it is. Sign up for the Lucent Fractured Mind. Well, sign up for the Lucent mailing list. It's all one mailing list now. And if you're on the mailing list, that means you will get exclusive discounts for whenever I put something new up, for a week or so. There'll be a discounted price for people who are on the mailing list. Plus, you get to know any giveaways I'm doing and stay up to date. And also, speaking of giveaways, tomorrow is going to be the Cocktober crowdfunded cock trivia 2017 to 2020. So if you're around back then and you backed a lot of books and you feel like you know them, I'm going to be doing trivia on that. There will be a $25 lucentcomic.com voucher coupon for some people available up for grabs for the winner. So please do be here for that. That'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern. Can you come up with a longer time, please? I like what you put in the boat. I'm going to tweet that out. Thank you for clipping that, Sumo. That's very funny. Hope you have a wonderful Thursday, Friday, wherever you are. And thank you very much, everyone, for hanging out. Very much appreciate it. Oh, an extra special thank you to everyone who gifted memberships. That was crazy. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, look who's here. John's Longbox. What's up, John? Hope you're doing well. I got a jet. I will see you all tomorrow for the Cocktober Trivia Night. See you then. Bye.
Perth made an Australian video, and I wasn't even in it.
Emotional damage.